DeMarcus, let's talk about the Player podcast right quick.
Yeah.
um, Joe and Pax. I don't know if they like this show or if they don't like this show, but I have been in their Discord for a while now, and you just joined yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and they always got something to say over there at the Player podcast. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and then listening to their show, um, is always up. They always bring me up. Like Jared wouldn't like this. Jared's gonna say something about this. Jardo is like it needs to be the Jardo podcast as much as they bring me up. That's all I'm gonna say. But actually they were very nice in that Discord with what they were saying, nicer than I was on their
Mm-hmm.
podcast every week. But yeah, so this just a shout out to the Player podcast. Go join their Discord. And yeah, Demarcus, how are you doing? Oh, did you read all of the stuff that they were saying about us? About the game?
Mm-mm. I mean, when I joined the Discord, yesterday, and
Mhm.
it was a lot of conversation, and I was like, and then I was getting frustrated because Discord, like, they let me sign up, and then after I was like all the way signed up, there was like, oh, by the way, you need to verify your email address, and I was like, then why do I have the option to put in my phone number if you need to verify my email address in order for me to post and read comments?
Oh, you was over it.
Just because this is what I do for work. This is user experience design. This is a horrible onboarding experience because you're giving me options that I can't use
Mhm.
that don't carry me through the entire. I'm gonna get off. I'm not at work. I'm off. I'm gonna enjoy my off time. I'm about to be off for the next week in Jamaica. Um, so I'm going to Jamaica with my ex-girlfriend.
What?
Wow, that sounds so contrived. Because you already knew. You already knew. Yeah. So me and my girl broke up now, maybe like 3, 4 weeks ago. No, 3 weeks ago. We'll say three. Um, yeah. So the day we had the episode, and I was at the Black Joy Parade. Like that night, after the episode, went to the Black Joy Parade, had a good time, came back home, we broke up.
So why did y'all break up though?
Um, I'm gonna give you a direct quote. She said, I don't feel like I'm going to be able to get what I want long term out of this relationship.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, yeah. So, you know, you meet people, you come together, then you part. Some people in your life for a reason, some people in your life for a season.
So
But we had already paid for this Jamaica trip. Like we finished paying for this Jamaica trip probably like early January, and by the time we broke up like what 2 3 weeks ago. It's too late to get our money back.
so are you heartbroken?
Um, I think I was more torn up about it at first, but now I'm in a they say you got like the 5 stages of grief. I feel like I don't went through them all in the past 2 weeks, so now I'm at the acceptance part. So it's cool. Decoupling, detaching.
So why? I think it's kind of weird. Why? I mean, your emotions are valid, but why couldn't she just hold out and break up with you until after the vacation in Jamaica?
So I think it's because we have been having. I think I've been alluding to us having like some conflict or some tough conversations on the pod. And so one of those conversations was like she had mentioned like she doesn't feel like she's going to be able to get what she wants out of this relationship long term. And I was like, okay. And so I said, when we first had a conversation, I was like, all right, let's table this because we was like in the middle of something about to do something. When we came back to it, and we talked about it, I started asking, I was like, okay, so, do you want anything to change in our relationship? And she was like, oh, no, nothing has to change. I was like, well, we've been dating as if we want to be together for the rest of our lives. But you're saying you don't feel like you're going to be able to get what you want in that long term, but you're also saying that you don't want anything to change, so you want us to keep dating as if we're going to spend the rest of our lives together. And when I was like, start breaking it down, she was like, "Oh no, that doesn't make sense." And I'm like, "So what do you want?"
Mm.
Um, but yeah, so like I started having to be like, "All right, so do you want to keep seeing each other?" She's like, "Yeah, I do. I like you. I want to keep seeing you." It's like, "Okay, do you want to keep like going on dates and hooking up?" She's like, "Yeah." It's like, "But we probably don't have to do that as much." And I was like, "So we just kind of want to like de-escalate and be casual again." But we tried that for like a week, and it was real awkward. So it might have been like too soon. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, either way, I forgot the question you asked. I feel like I just started rambling. Oh, why didn't she wait until after? I think it's because I pressed it. Because when we were having a conversation, I started asking a bunch of questions because I like clarity and I like to get clarity in the moment, which had been an issue in our relationship because she'll be like, "Oh, I need time to like," she'll like shut down. She'll be like, "I need time to process." Oh, you're yelling at me now. I'm shutting down. I'm disassociating. I don't be yelling at her like that, y'all. Just to say, but yeah. So, because I be wanting clarity. That's why I think that's why it happened the way it did.
So she would yell at you sometimes.
No, no, no. I'm the yeller. I am the yeller.
So you would yell at her.
Not really. Like I would just be like I would start like my voice would intensify
Okay.
because I'm feeling it, man. I'm emotional.
Um, this sounds really weird to me.
hmm
Y'all are broken up. We are going to Jamaica. So how long are y'all going to be there?
Like a week.
So y'all going to be in Jamaica together for a week in one room. And what's going to happen?
You just said it. We're gonna be in Jamaica for a week together.
But I mean, like, are y'all going to separate, do separate things, experience other people in Jamaica?
Don't know. Don't know. I stopped asking questions. It's no longer. I'm releasing myself from the responsibility of clearing things up.
Okay, so does this room have a couch?
I don't know, Jared. I ain't seen it. I didn't plan the trip. I haven't said that part. So I did not do any of the actual planning for this trip. I just I just paid the money. She had it. She went through like Delta Vacation. So they like book your flights, they book your room for you, and you just got to pay the person to do it. Like I think they were sending her like different spots and like, oh, what do you think of this place? What do you think of that place? But yeah,
Hmm. So how is this vacation not going to be awkward? Like,
I've broken up with people and still like had like trips and like things planned with them that we still did after we broke up. Like this happened with my ex. Like I had moved out. We was doing long distance. I had moved down here, but matter of fact, the last two serious girlfriends I've had, this has happened. So in 2017, I broke up with with a woman, because we grown. I broke up with a woman and I moved to Seattle, and she had already paid for like a plane ticket and everything to like come visit me during Christmas time in Seattle. And I moved in like August. And like when I moved, like she went ahead and bought all the things for Christmas. October rolled around and we broke up, but she still came out there for Christmas. So we spent like a week and a half together in Seattle. She came to visit me.
hmm.
And then with my last year's girlfriend, I had moved down here to San Jose and we broke up. Um, and we had already planned to go to like my friends go to see Kendrick Lamar for one of my friends' birthday in LA. So we both went to LA. We stayed with my friend. We had to like share a bed in a living room, like an air bed in a living room and everything. So yeah, I feel like this is my norm because this is my norm, and I always try to like usually I'm like hesitant to plan trips like far ahead when I'm in a relationship because I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna still be together. And
Wow.
and this one was like real early too. So probably like my recent ex, we started dating. We started maybe making things official in like September, and then I think in like October or maybe even in September, she was asking me like, "Oh, do I want to go with her on her 30th birthday trip to Jamaica?" And I was like I'm your boyfriend, so yeah.
So, so this is a birthday trip.
This is her birthday trip. Yeah, 30th birthday. So it ain't just a birthday, it's the birthday, right?
So, are there any other friends coming?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so it's just y'all two.
Mm-hmm.
Demarcus, so it's your girlfriend from 2017, the person I think it is.
Which person do you think it is? Can you describe what they look like? Give me some initials. Give me some more.
She's in a sorority, in a music sorority.
No. 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 Not her.
Okay, so I don't know. Demarcus, I don't like this for you. First of all, people are dying in Jamaica just because of tourism. And then you're actually going to be sleeping in the bed with the enemy. Um,
The enemy.
I'm not sure
Sleeping with the enemy.
if you're going to come back. So, same rules apply as in Costa Rica. Go ahead and turn your location on so I can have it just in case. I have to figure out what to do with the podcast.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
But yeah, how are you, Jared? Like, what else you been doing besides on the player Discord?
Oh, yeah. Wait. I want to ask you one more thing. One more thing. One more thing.
Mhm.
How is pool?
I lost again on Monday.
I need you to win one, DeMarcus.
It's
One.
only like I think it's like, so I'm missing next Monday. I think they said there were like 6 games left or 6 weeks left, and we have one at least one bye week. So there are probably like 4 games left in the season. So I got 4 more chances to win.
Mhm.
At this point, I'm just like I suck, and I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna finish out the season. I don't know if I'm gonna be there next season.
So do y'all have like matching shirts?
Nah, nah. I mean, we do because we all work at the same company, but we don't wear them.
Okay. How am I doing? Child, I have just been playing Final Fantasy 7. This actually came as a surprise because I did not realize that we were recording today until my alarm went off. It was like record, record. I have been up since 8 o'clock. It's now 3 o'clock, just doing side quests. Well, no, I
Mhm.
finished off a little mission in Gaza, and then I've been doing side quests for the rest of that time. Just really banging them out. And I just finished. I got to get one more side quest before I continue on with my journey in Final Fantasy. Um, but yeah, it's a really amazing game. You were
Go
talking,
into detail. You said you've been doing side quests. What's how well? I imagine it looks a lot like the first one. Like what are some differences? What are some key differences that you've noticed, if any?
well, it's not like the first one at all. That one was,
Really?
yeah, that one was stuck in one place in Midgard. You couldn't leave, but like this one is you're out in the open world. You um really have free reign. So the side quests are finding information on the summons, locating the towers so that Shinra can something.
Hmm.
Um, there's a whole bunch of side quests, and then there are actual quests like there were in the first game where you go to somebody that give you a scenario. You have to do something, kill something, bring something back. But it's really,
Mm.
really, really fun. And this game has this little thing where you can make up an item in your menu. So like you
Mm.
always collecting stuff, and you can make potions and Phoenix Downs and elixirs right in your menu. So there's really no need to continuously go to the store and buy such things, which is really, really cool and fun.
And buy such things.
But it's really cool in the Final Fantasy. And like when you're walking the world, you always can veer off and get, a little item that will help you in your recipe to make something. It's very fun.
Okay, okay.
Um, DeMarcus, I want to put you on to a cute little show, one you may not have heard of. All right, it is called Extraordinary. It is about really it's about My Hero Academia without the fighting. So
Mhm.
everybody in this world has powers, um, ranging from uh shape changing to talking to ghosts to um what technopathy and empathy.
Mhm.
Everyone has a power, and it's just that world. You're in that world. It is a very, very funny show, but it is that British humor. So,
Mm.
so it's very like silly, but stuck up at the same time. That British humor. But it's a
Okay.
really good concept. The main character, like a Midoriya, does not have
Wait,
a
wait, 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 wait. Who?
Midoriya.
Oh, wait, but this is not My Hero Academia.
No, no, I'm just making the parallels.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
But yeah,
I
like
was just saying the main character is Leica Midoriya. I was like, who the fuck is Leica Midoriya? And
yeah,
where's the copyright infringement case?
yeah. So she's like Midoriya in that she is in this world where everybody has a power except for her. So she is on a quest to discover what her power is, find out what's blocking her, and yeah, have a fun time with her new boyfriend who can shapeshift into a cat. It's really good. Season two just was released on this week, actually. Season two was released. And yeah, it's really good. So you should check it out. It's only like a 30-minute long show, and it's only 8 episodes, so it goes by pretty
Mhm.
quickly. And yeah, it's called Extraordinary.
Okay, okay, okay. Extraordinary.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are you ready to get started this episode?
I am. I am. Um, so let's take a quick break and come right back with today's episode of Black Geek Energy.
BGEN.
BGE commercial? It's Jared here, and before we go more in depth with our geeky discussions, I want to talk to you about something important. Life's an epic quest, full of twists and turns. But guess what? We got a partner for you in this adventure, BetterHelp. You heard it right. BetterHelp.com will connect you with a licensed therapist who gets it. Whether you're battling real life feelings or just need someone to chat with, BetterHelp is your quest guide. So, fellow geeks, go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod. As a listener, you get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/BGEpod. Because leveling up your mental health is just as important as saving the universe. BetterHelp, because even heroes need support. All right, everybody. I am Jared, your host with the most. He is the Marcus. The D stands for doesn't play video games. And
You don't get to tell. Hold on, I can introduce myself, sir. My name is Demarcus, and the D today is for
think about it. Make it a good.
divorce.
Oh!
No. For de-escalation. For de-escalation. That's what the D is for
What's
today.
better? All right.
Yes.
Today we are going to talk about the different Spider-Men in the whole Spider multiverse.
And
So
Spider Women,
yeah, and Spider Woman,
Spider People.
Spider People. Um,
It's
so
very inclusive.
we are going to talk about them. Um, we all know Peter Parker, his story. You know, if you listen to the Lord this podcast, I am not a fan of Peter Parker. He is just, I like Spider Man. I do not like Peter Parker. So let me start off this conversation with asking DeMarcus, how could you like Spider Man, a white person from the suburbs of New York City, but not Miles Morales?
How do you like Spider-Man? How do I like Spider-Man but not Miles Morales?
Yeah,
Like, are you saying that I like Spider-Man but I do not like Miles Morales?
I'm saying that you prefer Peter Parker over Miles.
Okay, yes, that is true. All right. I do prefer Toby. Well, not necessarily Toby, but Peter Parker Spider-Man over Miles Morales Spider-Man. And I think it's because I grew up with the Peter Parker Spider-Man, and I've always enjoyed him. Miles Morales was created sort of like was created because the guy writing Spider-Man at the time adopted a black son or had a black son and was like, okay, let me represent my son in these comics, which is a lot of times how it goes. Like, people of color aren't included until they are a part of the person's life who's creating this content. So yeah, um, which is not a bad thing, but I guess I was just too old for Miles Morales. Like by the time I found out about him, like he was creating what 2015, 2017, something like that.
2012, I think.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, by then I'm like 22, and then Miles is like, oh, I'm 16, 15 in high school. I'm just like, I can't. Like, yeah, he a black man, but I went through high school with Peter Parker, and now I'm in college with Peter Parker, and I've graduated college with Peter Parker,
Well,
and we're trying to figure out adult life.
he didn't graduate. Um, Let me just go back. You
He
said
went
you,
back and finished his degrees.
huh?
He went back and finished his degrees.
Yeah, under while Dr. Octavius was in his brain. He did go back. Um, let's go back with what you were saying. Spider-Man, you said that you grew up with him. You've also said previously on this podcast that you relate to him more. How do you relate?
Mm, yeah. Well, I don't know as much about Miles. I'll say that outright. But like, I feel like Spider-Man, Peter Parker, tries to be like a good person all the time, and that's sort of how I've lived a lot of my life like that. Like trying to be a good person, trying to do the right thing, make the right choices. And I think that's a really powerful part of the character is that like he's gonna try to make the right decision every time, even if it's not the best decision for him. Um, like he's the ultimate like tragic. I mean, maybe not tragic hero, but like sacrificial hero.
Hmm. So, who do you prefer, Gwen Stacy or MJ?
I really don't like now one of them hoes.
Wow,
Yeah, put that man with Black Cat, Trisha.
Trisha,
Ain't that her name, Trisha? Tish,
Felicia Hardy.
Felicia Hardy. Yeah.
Um,
Mhm. But yeah, I don't think none of the women in Spider-Man's life are like good for him.
what?
Like MJ is close, I guess. I think Gwen Stacy got too much of a chip on her shoulder, like trying to she wanna be Miss Beat 'em up, trying to save the day and shit. And I think that like she puts herself in competition with Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And that's not a good foundation for a loving relationship. MJ is like she's like an actress and a model and shit. She's just dramatic, she puts him through a lot of grief. Like he asked her to marry him and she jumped off the building and was like, I needed to prove myself that you was always gonna be there to save me. It's like,
Hmm.
what does that prove?
In the cartoon. um, let's go to Miles. You mentioned that Brian Michael Bendis, who was the creator of Miles Morales, wrote Miles because his child, and I think he had a daughter. His daughter was Black, and he realized that there need to be more Black stories. But I mentioned that on this podcast. So, like, you say that that's a reason. Is it really a reason, or are you just coming up with stuff on the fly?
What do you mean? Is there a reason for what? Is it a reason that I don't fuck with Miles?
Yeah.
Um, I don't like when I don't like when people of color are added to things as like an afterthought or as like a oh like now that it's real for me
Mm.
because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel like oh you created this Spider-Man character because you were like you felt like this character like you were invested in this story. It's like oh I need to do this for this other reason. This isn't the story you really. It doesn't feel like this is the story you meant to write. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, I do feel you. But now that Miles Morales as a character is here, even though he may come from a turbulent, rocky beginning, he's here now. He has the best Spider-Man movie out there with Across the Spider-Verse. I think
Mm-hmm.
much
Shout out
better.
Metro Boomin.
What you said?
Shout out Metro Boomin because the music for that movie really makes it, and Metro Boomin did the music.
Yeah. I think his character arc in his comic is much better than Peter Parker's. He's here
Mm-hmm.
now, and I think that he deserves the respect, no matter
Oh,
how.
absolutely. I was gonna say he deserves his respect and everything, but that doesn't mean that he has to be my favorite.
Yeah, because all three of those superheroes that came out during that diversity push at Marvel, Riri Williams, Miles Morales, and
Mm,
Miss Marvel, Kamala Khan,
mm.
they all
Miss,
they
she's the worst.
what?
I just I feel like Kamala, like if we could just do a quick side note, I feel like her character, like people, I feel like I feel like whoever has her character just doesn't know what to do with her, and that's why her shit is always something different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like every time they tell a story about her, it's like a completely different story. Like she was created in the last what 7 years,
And she was created.
and hmm,
She was created whenever Miles was created. She was created.
she was created in the last 10 years,
Hmm.
and it feels like she's been retconned like every year because
No,
she was originally she was what an Inhuman,
yeah, she's still a human.
and now she's a mutant,
She's also a mutant.
and then no, I thought at one point she got her powers from the same place that like from like the bands the
No, that was only in the show.
okay, but still that's another
Yeah.
thing.
Separate the Marvel 616 from the Marvel universe, cinematic
I
universe.
mean, yes, but we're looking at this character as a whole. Spider-Man got bit by a spider in the comics, in the movies, in the video games, and everywhere you see Spider-Man, he got bit by a radioactive spider.
Mhm.
And that's just what I want for Kamala is some consistency in who she is and what she's doing here.
Across
And
the
because
multiverse.
across the board, not the multiverse isn't like not in the story. Let's break the fourth wall. I want the writers and the handlers of this character to be like, all right, bet this is who she is. You cannot change this.
Okay.
Because so every other character has that. Riri Williams went to college, became, built her own Iron Man stuff, gets discovered by Tony Stark, becomes Ironheart. That's been her story since her creation. Miles Morales, bit by the radioactive spider in his universe. Maybe the Peter Parker of his universe died or something, whatever. Extraneous details. That kind of shit you can play with, but he has his story. Kamala Khan doesn't have her story, and they keep changing, and that's why it keeps changing the way it does.
Okay, okay, good argument. But let's go back to Spider-Man. I want to tell you about some of the Spider-Man that exists in the multiverse, and I just want to know what are your favorite Spider-Man? Because it can't be Peter Parker. I just want to say it cannot be Peter Parker. He's not even the best Spider-Man in the multiverse. So let's go ahead and start off this list. I want to start off with one that should appeal to you. You have a degree in colors, you read comics, you like cartoons. I want to introduce you to Spider Ham. He was a radioactive spider. Wait, no, he was a spider who was bitten by a radioactive pig, and then he transformed into Spider Ham. He looks like a small pig in the multiverse. He comes from a world where all the characters are anthropomorphic animals and have taken on a cartoonist persona. He was mainly used as comic relief, but his main power is having those cartoon physics and being able to do all the things a spider can do. But like I think that that's a better one for you than Peter.
No,
Ah,
no, no, I don't like Spider. As soon as you said Spider Ham, I checked because I
wow,
don't like him. And then when you said a spider who's bitten by a radioactive pig, I was like, we're not even talking Spider-Man anymore. We're talking about Spider Pig. Like this be its own pig spider. It should be its own separate property, and it is defiling the Spider-Man name.
wow, defiling the Spider-Man name. That's a bold statement. It's an incorrect,
Mhm.
but it's
I don't
bold.
think so.
Because
I don't think so.
there are tons of Spider-Man, like Spider-Man Noir. I hope I'm saying that right. Spider-Man Noir. How do you
Noir, yeah.
say it, DeMarcus?
Noir, yeah. You said it right.
Okay, Noir. Noir. Spider-Man Noir is, I think that he is the most stunning and his costume is the best. He comes from a
Mm-hmm.
1930s New York during the Great Depression where mobsters and gangs were roaming around the Big Apple. And this
Mm-hmm.
character um, uh, sets out to rid the city of crime. Similarly to Batman, Spider-Man Noir is gritty and dark and even sports guns as a part of his arsenal. His powers are very similar to the original Spider-Man, but he was taught that if there's too much power, then it is the responsibility of the people to take it away. That's his outlook on crime fighting, which is a different thing from the Uncle Ben of mostly everywhere else. What was it? If there is too much power, then it is the responsibility of the people to take it away. That's not what Uncle Ben said.
Mm. I mean, but I respect that. I respect that standpoint. I respect that standpoint as a all power for all the people. Okay, but Spider-Man Noir is cool. I'm not a big fan of the whole like noir mystique, the whole noir like genre.
Me neither.
Because he's like the detective Spider-Man in the long trench coat and whatnot, right? His joint
Yeah,
is always in black and white.
I'm right. Mm-hmm.
I get tired of detective movies like that. They be talking to themselves in their head. Like I just picture like Sin City,
mm,
which is
yeah,
a good movie. Just not. I'm not trying to watch it again.
yeah, it's very 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say? See? Let's move on to one of my favorite Spiders Man. Spider's Man. He came about in the Spider-Geddon comic.
Spiders Man with an S.
Yeah, Spider's Man with an S. Um,
Okay.
so in this world, Peter Parker fell into a colony of radioactive spiders and was devoured by them. But the spiders became a hive mind who adopted Peter Parker's being. In terms of power, Spider's Man is similar to the forgotten one-off villain from the 616, known as Carl King, who has super strength, speed, and agility, and was able to poison his victims with a bite, or if they were hungry for power, devour them whole. Interestingly enough, this version of Spider-Man is incredibly hard to kill off for good. As long as one of his spiders is alive, Spider's Man is technically still alive.
Mm.
Yeah.
Does he, can he, like, if I destroy all but one of the hive mind spiders, can he then go create more hive mind spiders?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he have to get impregnated or however whatever the equivalent is for spiders by a like regular male spider
Look.
to make more, and then his baby spiders like are just like automatically a part of the hive mind, or does he just like bite other spiders and they become a part of the hive mind? How does it happen? How does the procreation happen?
You're getting too deep into it.
No.
That
This is
wasn't
just deep
that
enough. This is that podcast, Jared. Explain to me how it works.
that wasn't covered in the comic. I know that's
Do more research. Type it in right now. I
no,
want to
no,
know.
no, because the Spider-Geddon comic was a bunch of Spider-Man personalities. It was like an anthology, so it's a bunch of little.
Mm-hmm.
So he only had 5 pages there, and then he came back to be the assistant of the Superior Spider-Man later on down the line, where he did not get much of a backstory there either. So, as far as the procreation, nobody knows. Maybe there's a sack of eggs somewhere, and when it dies, I mean, when he dies, they hatch or whatever. I don't know. Nobody knows. But that is Spider's Man. Um, Let me tell you about Spider. He's from Earth 15. This version of Spider-Man is a character one gets when they combine Peter Parker, Carnage, and Deadpool into one. Unlike the righteous and noble Peter Parker, this Peter Parker from the Earth 15 is a sociopathic mass murderer who was sentenced to 67 consecutive life sentences for his crimes. This Peter Parker got merged with the Carnage symbiote, giving
Mm.
giving him powers akin to that of Carnage and the classic Spider-Man. His sense of humor is very similar to that of Deadpool. Yeah, I think I would like him. He first appeared in Exiles, which is an X-Men book, in 2002. I think I would like him a lot.
The Carnage Spider-Man.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that sounds very much like the there was just a comic 2 weeks ago, and this article that I'm pulling these names from is from earlier this year. But there was a Carnage. There was uh um uh what is that? A comic 2 weeks ago where Spider-Man was a part of the Weapon X program,
Mm-hmm.
and the Weapon X program they actually mutated him. He had like 6 eyes. He has 6 arms. And as he was trying to discover who he was, he actually killed Wolverine and Captain America. So it was shaping up for him to be a major villain. And I would love to see, the juxtaposition of
Mm-hmm.
those Peter Parkers, the villain Peter Parkers,
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to.
And there's more than one villain Peter Parker in this scenario, in this story you're telling?
Well, the one that I was just talking about is from the comics like 2 weeks ago from
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man X program. Then there is Spider from Earth 15, who is Spider-Man, Carnage, and Deadpool.
Mm-hmm. I want, well, let me know if there's a Spider-Man like this that exists. Because I do enjoy evil Spider-Man, but I want an evil Spider-Man that's not like influenced by a symbiote or something. I just want like a regular Spider-Man who was bullied, like had the same pretty much same story. And when Uncle Ben died, instead of being like, he gets the great power, great responsibility speech, but instead of being like that, I need to take on the responsibility and save the world. He's like, I need to take on the responsibility and like fuck shit up. Like he just takes it the wrong way. And
That
he decides to become a villain.
that is a Peter Parker because I know there's a Norman Osborn who was a Spider-Man, and you do not.
But I feel like Norman is like he's capitalist at his core, and
Yeah.
that while that's not essentially evil, it leans heavily, or maybe not heavily, it just leans evil's way. It's very easy to make a capitalist decision that is bad for people.
Mm, yeah.
Mm.
Well, that's interesting, and I don't
Okay.
any off the top of my head, but that is interesting. Now, and I would like to know as well. But those
I be thinking you be knowing this stuff, Jared. The whole time you just be reading from a script.
reading from an article, get it right, or
Same difference.
well, let's talk about Spider Punk. Um,
Oh, that's everybody's favorite Spider-Man right now, ain't it?
yeah, he was voiced by Daniel Kaluuya in the movie. He's a punk version of Spider-Man. In the comics, this version fought for the little people and sought to overthrow the tyranny of President Norman Osborn. Although he's British in the movie, the very essence of the character remains the same. Um, and he was portrayed by Daniel Kaluuya, as I already said. His costume is faultless and is a great representation of the punk movement of the mid 70s, often seen with electric.
Sorry. I'm trying to get our activity together, and I'll try something silly in it. I'll talk about it later. Go ahead.
Often seen with an electric guitar, this Spider-Man can do everything the 616 can do, but it's also in a band. I don't really like Spider-Punk.
I liked him in the Spider-Verse movies.
That's the only place I liked him.
Yeah, because like other than that, it's just like, oh, this is just like a punk Spider-Man. Like
Yeah,
I've only seen him when they do like the exposés, kind of like what you mentioned of like, oh, these are a whole bunch of different kinds of Spider-Man. I saw him in the Spider-Verse comic stuff, and it was just like, oh, okay, he's Spider-Man, but he lives in a world where like punk rock is like the overarching culture genre
yeah,
instead of like hip hop.
yeah.
And it's sort of like a Rage Against the Machine kind of culture. Like there's like the corporates, like prim proper put together side of things, and they trying to take over the world because they got all the power. And then there's like punk rock Spider-Man and all the punk rock heroes who are trying to fight for the people. It's cool idea.
I mean, it's a cool idea, but it's not very interesting. It reminds me of like the Beatles, who I have
The
no.
Beatles got a couple of hits now.
Sing one.
All the lovely people, where do they all come from?
We're gonna get the copyright strike from Michael Jackson's estate, so don't sing too much now. Let's move on before.
Don't ask me to sing because I'm gonna perform.
All right, let's talk about the first ever Spider Woman. Did you know that the first ever Spider Woman was a negress?
She was a what?
She was black.
She was a what? Jared,
Did you
what
know?
did you just say?
Did you know that the first ever Spider Woman was black? Her name was Valerie, and she
Okay.
was actually a Liberian.
Mm.
He actually predated Jessica Drew, and may very well be, you know, the best Spider Woman character ever. She actually appeared on the educational television series The Electric Company. She was a recurring character.
Is that like the Sesame Street joint? Or no, was the Electric Company its own show?
Yeah.
That wasn't the one with Conjunction Junction, was it?
I don't know. Conjunction Junction was where they sung songs. I don't think that was good.
but I remember that was like a segment of something else. But
Uh,
anyway, continue.
anyways, yeah, she was a recurring character in the Spider-Man educational block, Spider Super Stories, which helped teach children how to read. Valerie did not have any superpowers, but she was the first and so far the only Black Spider-Man. Now,
Hmm.
now I know that
Well,
there's
in the movies, wasn't one of them black in the movie? One of them Spider Women.
yeah, in the movie Jessica Drew was Black, and there was one who was like a cyber VR Spider-Woman who was awesome.
Okay.
But she was the first. Valerie the
I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet. I haven't seen the movie yet,
You haven't
but I
seen
want.
what movie? Across the Spider-Verse?
No, no, no. Madam Web.
Oh my God. Ain't nobody gonna watch Madam Web.
I want to watch Madam Web. What's wrong with Madam Web?
When it comes out on streaming, it's gonna be on while I'm doing something else.
I want to see it in theaters.
Wow. There was not being movies out.
They are what?
There must not be any movies out.
No, because Doom Part Two is also out, which I want to see.
Okay. And I've heard good things about that. And you saw the Demon Slayer movie, and you want to waste your other one on.
I actually got a lot more credits than I thought I did. So I think and it just March just came around, so I think I'm like full up on credits, so I can go see 3 movies for March. So I want to see Dune, I want to see Madam Web,
Why? Why?
yo, because I'm a
It's about to be streaming.
is it Madam Web is a Sony movie?
Yes.
Okay, I might not have to see that in theaters though. Then
Did you think it was Marvel?
low key.
The markets we talked about this during our 24. It was the first episode of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
No,
listening?
I don't listen to you, Jared.
Mhm. Let's move on. Julia Carpenter. She first appeared in Spider Wars and became one of the most iconic women ever to don the costume. She usually wears the black and white Spider-Man costume. She has the red hair. She was turned into a superhero unwillingly by a secret government agency known as the Commission. Carpenter was the first. Carpenter was first used as a government weapon. She was forced to arrest the X-Men and other superheroes before having to change her heart and going independent, working alongside the East and the West Coast Avengers.
Hmm.
Now, talking about this horrible movie, Carpenter is Madam Web. She's a single mother separated from her child during the Marvel Civil War. She has gone blind and has developed psychic abilities as the new Madam Web. She's also famous for her costume, which is influenced by design of Peter Parker's symbiote. So yeah, there's a new Madam Web. I don't think that the people remember the old Madam.
Yeah, because Madam Web's supposed to be old as fuck, sitting in that chair, and that's all she can do. And she maintains the web. What's the web called?
the 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 web of fate, the web of life, the web of
It's like
fortune.
the web. I think it's the web of fate. The web of fate sounds good. Web of destiny.
Yeah,
She maintains the spider the invisible spider web that connects all the spider people together.
yeah. Um, and I don't think that people really remember her.
Mm-mm.
She was this amazing mutant.
She's a mutant.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You
Mm-mm. I thought she was like an old lady who got bit by a radioactive spider.
know? Okay, I can check on it, but I kind of remember her being a mutant, even though she was on in that Spider-Man cartoon. Let me just look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a human mutant. She's from Salem, Oregon. She has the powers of clairvoyance, precognition, and telepathy. And
Hmm.
yeah, she is a mutant. And
Okay, wait, and that go over that power set again. She has clairvoyance. What now?
clairvoyance, precognition, telepathy, and of course, a
A gift of what?
gifted intellect.
Okay, bet. None of those are spider related.
No.
So I wonder why she's Madam Web and like she uses all her power to like guide the spiders.
Um, well, she first appeared in Spider-Man number 210 in November
Hmm.
1980 to help Spider-Man find a kidnapping victim. She is
Mm.
not one of the mutants who lost her power during decimation
She is
storyline.
not
No, she didn't lose her power during decimation.
right.
In Grim Hunt, which is another comic book, she is attacked by Anna Kravinoff and her
Hmm.
mother Sasha, who kills her. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, it doesn't say why she has her name. I know that she's blonde.
Right.
She has that web fate thing that she,
Hmm.
you
And
know.
see, my thing is like she could do anything else with her powers. She could go join the X-Men and be a second Jean Grey, a old ass Jean Grey. So why spider shit specifically?
I don't think that she has telepathy on Jean Grey's level. I think that her clairvoyance and her precognition, I think it keeps her where she was in New York before she died.
So maybe she can only see the futures of people chosen by this little spider web of destiny.
Possibly.
Possibly. Okay. They need to put that in her bio because that's don't make sense. That's
Wow.
crazy. That's a crazy. I would hate to wake up and have a mute and like have like precognition and like clairvoyance, but my clairvoyance only works with like my ex-girlfriends.
Oh,
And I can only see their future.
wow. So like what would you do? Would you help them or hinder them?
um it depends on how we broke up. And then
Wow.
does it my next question is like, does it apply to current girlfriends or women that will become my girlfriend? Or does it like kick in once they become my ex? Like once we break up, bam, now I can see your future.
DeMarcus, you're literally making up this power as we talk. So you can make it anything you want it to be.
Anyway, just a thought.
But yeah, I don't think people remember the old Madam Web. She was mainly featured in the Spider-Man cartoon, uh,
Hmm.
where Mary Jane jumped off that building. But yeah, that's how I was introduced to her.
Yeah, same in the cartoon. Man, I missed that cartoon, man. They really need to make remake that.
Well, it took 4 years for them to come out with X-Men 97, which is about to
Hmm.
come out in 2 weeks. You're gonna watch it?
Oh hell yeah, you already know.
Yeah. Um,
I had been a little disappointed with like what I'm seeing on Disney Plus because like I'm watching Echo and like it's okay. Um, and then the other thing I'm trying to watch Miss Marvel. Like I watch like an episode of that a month.
um, let's get back to this. I'm just gonna say one or two more. Let's go
Okay.
ahead and talk about Spider-Gwen, the ultimate universe, well, the alternate universe of Gwen Stacy. She has spider powers from a radioactive spider bite and takes Peter Parker's place as New York's vigilante. She is a little bit more suited to crime fighting, seeing as her father's detective talents have rubbed off. While she is
What do
a
you mean more suited? In what ways specifically? So she's a is she a better detective than Spider-Man? I think they're on the same level because Spider-Man be detecting shit too. He be picking up the clues.
yeah, but you have a 33, 34-year old man who has been doing this for literally half his life, and then you have a 16 to 18-year-old girl who is just starting out. So
Okay. So she has the potential to be better, but she ain't better yet.
She's on. I would say she's on the same level because first of all, they aren't known for detective work, the Spider people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she has that detective quality from watching her father do his police.
Do you really think she was going on cases with this man, helping him pick up clues, watching him pick up clues? No,
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 I don't know.
no.
I don't
I don't think detectives have bring your kid to work day like that.
know.
I feel like it's kind of a dangerous job, and the city don't want that kind of liability.
True, true. But I do think that she has that extra notch in her repertoire. So,
Okay, okay.
but yeah, Gwen Stacy, she is shaping up to be one of my favorites. X-Men, not X-Men, excuse me, Spider-Man, who yeah, I really look forward to seeing.
Hmm.
Um,
I feel like I haven't seen enough of Gwen Stacy to be like, oh, she's really dope. I just feel like what I've seen of her is like she pops in, she's like yo, I'm a spider hero too, and then she leaves. But most of the comics I read are centered around Peter Parker Spider Man because that's my
well,
favorite.
Gwen Stacy had her own little.
I remember the Spider-Gwen comic.
I mean, she's had her ongoing comic for quite a while.
Hmm.
All right, let's just end it there because we can just go off on a tangent. I have not mentioned my
Hmm.
favorite Spider-Man, who was the superior Spider-Man, who is actually
You've mentioned that's your favorite before
not on this podcast, not on this podcast, but
on this podcast, not on this episode, but on this
yeah,
podcast,
on
definitely.
this episode, and I have to mention it on this episode. He is the superior Spider-Man, not only because he has the spider powers that everybody else has, but because he finally got Peter Parker in shape. He got Peter Parker his doctorate degree. He argued his thesis. He had a stable girlfriend. He was fighting crime and it wasn't interfering with his daily life. He was building businesses. He was the best Peter Parker of all time. I love the Superior Spider-Man, even though, I already know you're gonna say he turned out to be evil, and it was a dystopian society he was trying to build. I don't care. Little spider bots can watch me. I don't care. I'm not gonna do nothing.
They was up there writing on the wall. Spider Man is always watching, and Jared's like, "Yep, that's what I want."
Because
And it's not like, and he became like the Batman version of Spider Man because it was like, oh, I caught you selling one of my Spider Bots. Saw you selling a gram of weed. I'm breaking your fucking arm. And it's like, yo, this is you are going too far, and this is completely unnecessary. And I think it's he was doing that in like every part of Peter's life. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, and
yeah, and also like he really was not backing down. He was staying up to Captain America, Tony Stark,
mm-hmm.
and he was saying, "Who do you think you are coming up to me? I'm Spider-Man, and I will." Punch you with all these spider powers. And he was going full ham. I love the Superior Spider-Man. He is the best
I
Spider.
I do like that we got to see like it's one of the rare times we get to see like actually how strong Spider-Man is because Spider-Man is like a lot stronger than he's made out to be most of the time because he's always holding back.
He does.
Yeah, and I think they've said a few times like Spider-Man has the potential to be like one of the strongest superheroes, and he's like taken on the Hulk before. Like Spider-Man is that guy,
Yeah.
but you don't see that with Peter Parker Spider-Man with uh Otto Octavius Spider-Man. He be punching regular people and breaking their jaws off, and it's like. And I remember reading that, and yo, he was like, Spider-Man could have killed me a long time ago. He been holding back.
Yeah, he has been.
And it's like, that's why you're not Spider-Man, because so many more people would be dead if you were Spider-Man.
All
Yo,
right.
God know what he doing, man. You get what you're supposed to have.
Okay, so we are going to end it there. Who is your favorite Spider-Man? Let us know in the comment
Hmm.
section. And you want to take a break to Marcus?
We don't have to do a. We can do the activity first before we take a break. Yeah. So, got a new activity for y'all today. This one is called and Sing.
Okay.
Um, and what we're gonna be doing, what I want to do, ideally what I'll do is I'll be able to get like scripts from like movies or like segments of comics that we've seen, and Jared and I, though we're not voice actors or actors of any kind, we are going to put on a performance for y'all beyond what we already do, and we are going to get into character and portray these scenes as best we can. I wasn't able to find a script paper, so I just had ChatGPT write up a few things. So we're gonna see how it goes. I think while I think writing is important, the actors themselves have to devote themselves to the character. They have to put themselves in the mindset of those people to really bring that writing to life, to give it that that excitement, that feeling to deliver it and send it into the audience and have it connect with them. So that's what we're going to be doing. That's going to be our job, Jared and I. Um, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think the
Yeah.
one thing the one thing I think is going to happen is like Jared going to be reading stuff and it's going to sound like he's reading. But other than that, we're going to be good.
Wow. I mean, I'm trying to read for understanding because this is the first, like, I'm not looking at the script now. It's pulled up on my computer. I'm not looking at it. Um, but so when I read it, it's going to be the first time that I'm looking at it. So, so yeah,
You better learn how to read ahead.
I'm not going to read ahead. So, but how can I be in the
Like
character and then
Like
read?
when you read it, you've never heard that. Like when you read aloud, like you're supposed to look at the words ahead of where you're not supposed to read the word that your eyes are looking at. You're supposed to look at words ahead of what you're saying.
No, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to read aloud. You're supposed to like if you're reading the first line, you're not supposed to read the cat jumped over the lazy dog. You're not supposed to read it word for word. You're supposed to like look at sections and like look ahead so that you have time to like interpret or like add something to like there's a delay like on TV like when they shooting live TV there's like a delay so they can like edit it a little bit. Anyway, we'll this is our first time, so it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and we'll get better at it or not. Either way, it's gonna be great.
Can I look at
It's
the
gonna be
script
great.
now? Or
It's gonna be great. You ready? You looking at the script?
you want me to?
Yeah. You can look at it. You can like get some pre-reading in while I'm giving a little more expose. So this first one is going to be Spider-Man versus Green Goblin. And in this, it's like their climactic clash. It's kind of like the clash of ideals and whatnot. And yeah, you'll see how it turns out. Do you want to be Spider-Man or do you want to be Norman Osborn, the Green Goblin?
I'll be the green guy.
Green Goblin. All right. That's what I thought. I knew Jared was gonna want to go Goblin mode, y'all. Goblin needs balls.
Oh, Mary.
Okay. All right. I'll read like the narration parts, like the interiors and stuff like that. So the extra bits, but like you read you just read your lines. You just work out your lines. You got it? I couldn't hear you.
No,
You said,
I said okay.
okay. Great. All right. Interior.
I'm just
An
looking.
abandoned warehouse. Nighttime. The abandoned warehouse is cloaked in shadows, lit only by the ominous glow of the Green Goblin's glider. Spider-Man, Peter Parker, swings down, landing with a sense of determination while the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, looms a sinister grin on his face. I am Spider-Man. This is D. Marcus reading this Spider-Man. Goblin, this ends now. I won't let your twisted vision destroy this city.
Oh, Spider, you still cling to the illusion of hope. But tonight, reality will hit you like a freight train.
Spider-Man and the Green Goblin lock eyes, the tension thickening as the clash of ideals escalates. I've seen the darkness you're capable of, Norman. What turned you into this?
Turned me? No, Spider. I embrace my true self. The world is weak, and I will make it strong.
I love the ad-libs. As they exchange blows, the warehouse echoes with the sounds of the fierce battle. Spider-Man manages to land a solid hit on the Green Goblin. Ugh! But the villain retaliates with a ferocious strike of his own. You were once a scientist, a father. What happened to the man who cared about more than power?
The man you speak of was a fool, blinded by false hopes. How is the only truth, Spider? It's time for you to accept that.
Spider-Man dodges a barrage of pumpkin bombs, his agility on display, but the Green Goblin's determination is unyielding. This isn't strength, Norman. It's destruction.
Strength is survival, Spider. The city needs a ruler, not a savior.
As the battle reaches its climax, the Green Goblin gains the upper hand, overpowering Spider-Man with the relentless assault. The web slinger is left battered and beaten on the warehouse floor. You can't win, Norman. The city won't bow to your tyranny.
But they will, Spider. They always do. And tonight, you witness the birth of a new order.
With a sinister laugh, the Green Goblin raises his glider high, prepared to deliver the final devastating blow. Spider-Man, battered but defiant, gazes up with a mix of pain and determination. This isn't the end, Norman. Heroes will always find a way. The Green Goblin's glider descends, casting a menacing shadow on Spider-Man as the warehouse becomes a tomb of shattered hopes and broken ideals. The city, once a beacon of light, now faces an uncertain future order, the looming darkness of the Green Goblin's reign. And scene.
Yeah, so that's
How's
like,
that?
so let me just say that's like the only voice I can do. it's, it's like gay witch. So moving forward, when you have me as Black Panther doing the gay witch voice, don't laugh because that is the only voice I can do.
I need you to work on some other voices. I need you to, what I'm saying, like you can start with that voice and just like add things to it or take things away from it. So like, go into your gay witch persona and then just make the voice deeper. So it became like, like
Or
gay butch witch, I guess.
Do you like the British? Let me just read a line.
Take out the shrill. Take out the shrill. Take out the high notes. Take out the soprano.
Strength is
you doing the same voice. Take out the soprano.
I'm trying. Strength is survival, Spider. The city needs a ruler, not a savior. I can't do it. See?
We'll work on it. We'll work on it. All right. Now we're gonna take a break now. Oh man. And then we're gonna come back for everybody's favorite part.
And we're back. My throat hurts after all that. So let's hope that I make it through this part. Our first question comes from, and we haven't done this in a while. I missed this. Our
The
first
question?
question, what you say?
We haven't done the questions in a while?
No, we haven't.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Our first question comes from Dirisha in Parkland City. Um, if which anime character do you think deserves more recognition? And why?
Which anime character do I think deserves more recognition?
Yes,
All right, Jerisha.
dear Risha,
Say it again.
dear Isha.
Dear Risha. Gotcha. Um, who deserves more recognition? That's tough, man. Um, in honor of Akira, Toriyama and everything that he's done, I'm gonna say Krillin.
Mm,
Krillin deserves more recognition, man, because Krillin is the most powerful human being on the planet, and he's a family man, raising a beautiful family. Like turned the android's heart. Like the best way to defeat your enemy is to make them a friend. Like he made her a wife. Krillin is out here changing lives and changing the trajectory of like the world, and he's the best. Like if you judge a fish by its ability to climb trees, it's gonna always feel like it's an idiot. And everybody keep putting Krillin up next to like Goku and all these like and Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, all these like half blood Saiyans. It's like, yo, put him in a room with a bunch of other regular niggas, and Krillin coming out on top with ease.
yeah, I've always said that I need the Krillin sitcom. I need the 30-minute Krillin show. I need just that day in the life of Krillin and how
Mm.
he's doing it. His
I don't want if
Krillin has a wife and a child, right?
yeah, Marin.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to see that 30-minute show. So I've always said.
It always bothered me that Android 18 didn't choose a human name when she became human.
Mm.
So do you think her first name is 18 or do you think her first name is Android?
Android?
I mean, that could be a cute name, low key. I wouldn't name my daughter that, but I can see that being a name for a girl, Android.
Yeah.
It's like the female version of Andrew.
So
Okay. Hmm?
what's your question?
What's your answer? What's your answer to the
My,
question?
oh. My answer is Sailor Pluto. It's Sailor Pluto.
Hmm.
She,
Why?
she was a very, I tend to like characters who are very laid back and on the dark side of things, like Princess Azula's friend. I think May.
Mhm.
May was her friend.
Hey, yeah. Hmm.
May, Daria, and Sailor Pluto. She wasn't as dark, but she was the darkest one out of the Sailor Scouts. She was always my favorite Sailor Scout. Her hair, her long staff, and everything about Sailor Pluto. It was just amazing. And I think that she needs more recognition. I would like to see, more about her backstory and her life story. But yeah, definitely Sailor Pluto is my answer for this question.
Okay. Okay. Cool. All right. The question I had, this one's coming from me. If if you were going to be made into a spider person as a part of the Spider-Verse,
Mm.
what would be your spider name, and how would you be different from the other spider people? What would be the thing that makes you unique? Spider Punk, he's punk rock. Other than that, and he carries a guitar while he's doing his Spider-Man. I don't know. Spider Ham, pig. That's all it is. Spider Noir, detective, long trench coat, always in black and white. What would be your thing?
Wow. I'm not ready for this. I think that I would be, yeah. Okay. All right. I would be bitten by a radioactive spider from outer space. So I'll be bitten by like a man-sized radioactive spider from outer space. And actually, what happens is when it bites you, it implants something in you, and then what comes out, it comes out of you alien style, like out your stomach. So then that would be the new me. And I would be like a human. I would grow up as a human, but I would have spider powers from birth, like a mutant. So I would be that Spider Man, and my spider powers would be I could change into my ancestral spider form, which is a man-sized spider. I can shoot webs, but my webs only come from behind, and I would have telepathy um, and pheromone. So I
Mm.
think that would.
So your man-sized spider form, would it look like Man Spider from the old cartoon, or would it look like a spider?
It would look like a spider. Because
Okay.
like, okay, so, no, no, no. So what came from outer space looks like a spider. So
Hmm.
my spider form will look like man spider.
Okay. So you just have like 8 arms. Well, you'll have like 6 arms and 2 legs.
But they would be prettier.
But is I was just gonna ask, is each arm like beefy? Like it wasn't a cartoon.
No, 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 no. They would be prettier, like,
Okay.
so
Okay.
so that he could look nice dancing.
All right. Great. Um and so you said the spider comes from outer space and bites you.
Yeah.
So is it biting you, Jared, and then you're giving birth to yourself? Or is
Yeah.
it biting, okay, is it biting someone else and then they give birth to you, Jared,
So
Spider?
so he bites Jared, and it
Hmm.
consciousness goes into the new form, and then it rips out of me and becomes
Mm, mm. It sounds rough, buddy. And
very.
what would your name be? What would your name be?
Oh my God. I don't know, Space Spider.
Okay. That's what I thought too, but I was like, that's weak.
That is very weak.
Okay, cool.
Taylor Spider. From,
Huh? Sailor Spider.
yeah.
Better, better. All right, all right. Okay. I think I don't know if I would want like a power that like set me apart from like I think I would want like the basic Spider-Man power set. Um,
Ooh.
and I would be
Why are you laughing?
because of what I'm gonna say. I would be Spider Negro.
Okay.
I'm just like a regular Spider-Man, except I'm black. I got locks.
Wow.
I be in the club. I be doing. I got a Nike. I got a Nike deal.
That's
I got a rap song out.
all these stereotypes. Okay.
Yo, yo. I got a Spider Mobile and it's chromed out, all black on black, black tint.
So he would just be the stereotypic black.
412s in the trunk, beating. So my the Spider Mobile can like drive on walls. So I'm driving up a wall, beating down your fucking window.
Ignorant. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Crime sometimes crime happen and it happened on my lunch break. And I'm like, hey man, come on, quit all that, bro. I'm trying to have
So it would just happen because it's on your lunch.
like, yeah, because on my lunch break, somebody like, they stole my purse. I'm like, bruh, I'm at lunch, bruh. Especially if I'm in New York, I'm gonna be like, there's plenty of other heroes, man. Somebody else can figure that out.
All
Go
right.
tell the police. Let them earn it. And I would hate the police. I'll be at like all the protests.
Okay, well, you protest, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So would you like do the mundane tasks like saving the cat from a tree and like
Nah,
wow.
nah, nah. I want a contract with the city. It's like, look, I'm gonna be out here saving people. I'm getting paid for it.
So it's not with great power comes great responsibility. It is with great power comes my fiscal gain.
No, with great power comes great responsibility. And if you're good at something, never do it for free.
Wow. All right. And what
Because
would
Spider-Man, yo, Spider-Man, I feel like Spider-Man is doing one thing. My one gripe with Peter Parker is that he's doing this with most superheroes. Actually, is they're doing this wrong. Like you're not independently wealthy like Black Panther, Iron Man, or whatever.
we
So you still need to make a living, and doing the superhero thing takes hours out of your day. Like you spend like at least 8 to 16 hours doing this hero thing, sometimes days. You need to be getting paid for that. Because if police get paid for their work, they work shifts and like get off time and shit like that. You need the same thing. You can't. I'm not gonna just be. Oh, I gotta give of myself all the time. No, I work. You know, I even take a 10-hour shift, a 4-3, like nurses work. Like they work 10 hours a day for 4 days, and then they have 3 days off. Give me that. And on my off days, don't you come to me. Don't you call me. And I'm gonna have PTO too. Hey, look, and I'm gonna just be letting you know, like, hey, look, I'm gonna be off these days, and there ain't gonna be no, oh, we gonna need you for this big thing. No, I'm off these days. That PTO stand for prepare the others, because I'm not coming.
wow, you better call Cap America.
Because
So
Spider Negro ain't doing it.
so that's what your name would be Spider Negro?
Spider Negro, Negro Spider.
Wow. All right. That is crazy.
And then I'll get like, I don't know, maybe get like Jeezy or somebody to do my theme song.
While you're fighting Galactus, your theme song would be playing from where? Oh, you're
Hey, from the from the Spider Mobile. Park that trunk.
moving on with that stereotypical mess. I have another question from Six Brown Chicks if you are interested.
I am. I am interested. I love mess.
Here we
I
go.
wish I did it, but I do.
Here we go. My friend Angie and I met Walt at the same party. He's our type. While Angie flirted across the room, I took Walt home and did my thing. We bonded. A month later, Walt told me that he was taking Angie on a date, but it was nothing serious. I was hurt, but not jealous, because Angie's face is beautiful, but she's shaped like a busted can of biscuits. Frumpy in the front, lumpy in the back. After their
Wow. Hold on. Let me digest that part.
yeah, that is her friend. All right.
But they friends?
Yeah, it starts out my friend Angie and I met Walt at the same party. And then
I
she
don't. Shit like this make me feel like girls are never really friends.
all
Go ahead.
right. After their date, I showed Walt more attention and effed him harder. Walt enjoyed our time together, but I saw him less. He ghosted me. I had issues at work and didn't pay much attention to Walt until I received Angie and Walt's wedding invitation. They looked like the number 10. He long and slender, and she short and round. I was furious and confused. Walt chose her over me. I took a sexy selfie in my favorite white panties and high heels. I photoshopped my butt cheeks to look larger. I text the picture to Walk. Me, come through, I miss you. And she spelled come, C-U-M. He returned my pic with a red circle drawn on my butt. Him, I can smell this pic with a poop emoji. I didn't realize the Photoshop cheats created a dark crater in the center of my butt that looked like a stain. How do I recover from this? And how do I lure Walt back?
I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. Because it's just I said I like mess going into this. this is too much. I don't even want to deal with it.
Right.
But I want to make sure I got the story straight. So this girl and her homegirl,
Angie.
they meet the same dude at this party.
Walt.
Walt. What's homegirl A name?
Oh, her
We
name?
don't know. Yeah, the girl name.
No, she just says no, no, she doesn't mention her.
She never mentions his name. What's the friend name? What's the homegirl B name?
Angie.
Angie. Okay, bet. So Walt, Angie, homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
So homegirl and Angie meet this. They friends. They meet this dude Walt at the same party. Homegirl start hooking up with Walt first. She started fucking with my man first, right? Like they hooking up, dating or whatever. Okay. And then he say like, "Hey, homegirl, you know your friend been hitting me up. I'm gonna take her out on a date. Nothing serious. Don't worry about it."
Mm-hmm.
Time passes and he started feeling homegirl. He started feeling Angie more than he feeling homegirl, and so eventually homegirl get ghosted. Angie Angie becomes wifey.
Yeah.
But homegirl still want her quote unquote man back. And since the lewd, because she wasn't naked, I guess, had on panties, photoshopped, made it look like she had doodoo stain, and he was like, "Nah, we good." And she wants to know how to get the dude back.
She wants to know how does she recover and how does she lure Walt back?
Um, most men I know that that doodle stain picture, it's gonna hurt you for a minute. It's gonna hurt you for a minute. It's gonna be like at least a month or two where he's just like, "Oh nah, I ain't messing with old doodle stain girl." But eventually, it's gonna die down. So you just need time to recover from that. It's eventually gonna die down. And
What I think you're
if
forgetting
he
that he has engaged to Angie.
no, I'm getting to it.
Oh,
I'm getting to it. Because the first part, recover from the picture, you don't have to worry about that. That's gonna happen anyway.
mm-hmm.
How to lure him back? From the sounds of it, he been fucking with both of y'all from the jump. And not that he's actually having sex with both of you or taking both of you out, but he liked both of you from the jump, apparently, maybe. So I don't really think you're gonna have to do much. Sadly, I don't think you're gonna have to do much to lure him back either. Like just approach him like a regular person instead of like you Instagram model. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like you trying to sell it to him, just be like, hey, let's hang out, let's grab drinks. And you probably even do that. Someone just be like, hey, look, picture I sent you. If you just, I found that when you are straight up with people, they are more receptive and they are usually more willing to do whatever you want them to do. So just be like, hey, look, I sent you that picture because I felt this way. I'm really surprised. Can we meet up and talk? Like meet up for a drink and talk. That's gonna always get them. And once you got them there, have a drink. Get a couple of drinks and just be like, hey, look, I'm tired of being out. Can we go back to my place? Let's finish this conversation there. Get him I don't know his constitution, how many he need, but shoot, put another couple of drinks in him. Shit, put that coochie on him. You got him. But you shouldn't. You I think that's the bigger thing here. Like I answered your question because this is what you want to do, and who am I to judge you? I'm here to help in any way I can. But you shouldn't. You shouldn't want to get this man. You know, never let a man have to tell you no twice. Like he's already told you no once when he ghosted you, told you no again when he sent you the invitation to his wedding with your homegirl, with your best friend. And now he done told you no a third time with this picture, telling him he can smell the shit from here. How many times do you need to hear no before you move on? Or is this a pride thing, which I have learned that women are just as, if not more prideful than men, because especially when it comes to like sex and rejection, Like, you not gonna tell no woman you not finna have sex with her, especially if y'all done had sex before. If a woman wants to have sex with you, she is gonna have sex with you.
Okay. Wait, I just gotta roll back. What do you mean if a woman wants to have sex with you, she's gonna have sex with you?
Like, I'm speaking a little bit from experience with that one, because I've been like, oh, like, I wasn't really trying to do this with you, and then girl be like, nah, like I know you said that, but you weren't finna tell me no, like you was finna get this coochie, and I was like, oh, okay, you were set on this course of action then, and there was nothing to deter you.
With consent.
I mean, it ain't like they raped me, nah.
DeMarcus said that uh he's not here to judge you. Well, I am. I'm judging because why would you even ask this question to people who have intelligence and common sense? I don't normally call women unintelligent, especially during Women's Appreciation Month, but you are very um, low vibrational, Miss Ma'am. Uh, the fact that your friend is getting married and the fact that your friend has found somebody that she can be happy with and you are plotting to undermine that,
Doing it.
yeah, tells a lot about your character. It tells a lot. So Demarcus was very nice. I'm not going to be nice. You need to go ahead and you need to seek some therapy. You need to go to betterhelp.com/BGE pod. You need to sign up and you need to see what is hurting you so bad that you want to hurt others. You know, you you have something in your heart, you have a black hole in your heart, you have a block in your chakras, and you cannot evolve into the avatar until you talk about those chakras. You know, you have a lot of shame in yourself, you have a lot going on, and then you continuously do these things like send some boy that you just met at a party um a Photoshop picture of yourself with a poop stain.
Mm.
And then you didn't even look at the picture to see if it was good.
Mm-hmm. You
So,
lazy.
so you are just sending him unverified Photoshop pictures of yourself to lure him back into you. You don't need to talk to this man again. That man is happy. You don't need to talk to his friend no more. She wasn't your friend at the same at
You weren't her friend. She might have been your friend, but you weren't her friend.
yeah, because you are an evil person to talk about your friend like that.
And I guarantee they look the same. I guarantee they look similar.
Yeah,
Like, she was like, oh, she got a pretty face, but she looked like a busted can of biscuits. It's like, you look like a smaller can of busted biscuits. I guarantee it.
yeah, yeah. So my advice to you is to seek professional help and to seek it at BGE, no, Black, excuse me,
Better
betterhelp.com
help.
slash BGE podcast. And anybody else that wants to talk to a licensed professional therapist, make sure you also go to betterhelp.com slash BGE podcast. You can also go to our Instagram page and TikTok, Black Geek Energy. You can go to our Twitter page, BGE_pod, where we discuss all these things. We post clips, we have fun. And, you can join us there. You can email any question to blackgeekenergy at gmail.com. And you can also follow us on YouTube. Yeah, just search
Mm-hmm.
Energy and you can follow us. You can become a subscriber and you can like all our videos, all our podcasts. And maybe one day we'll post a video of us, maybe for the third year anniversary.
You were supposed
But
to do that already, but Jared turned down the recording. He didn't want the guy that was going to do the recording to come through. So,
that wasn't my house. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, Demarcus, do you have any final?
um, yeah, let's see. What do we talked about today? We talked about our favorite Spider-Man and all the different kinds of Spider-Man that you can find. And as you have heard, There are quite a few different kinds, and Jared and I would be even more eclectic spider people were we given the opportunity. Um, we've gotten into character and been able to, like, live vicariously through some of our heroes and favorite villains today. And we've heard about some mess where we see that, like, your friends may not always be your friends and might actually want your man, and want to destroy your engagement. And sometimes, you meet people for a reason and sometimes for a season. And it seems like that seems to be a theme of today. Um, thought I had someone for a reason. Turns out it was a season, and that season was cuffing season, and it's warming up outside. So,
oh my God, don't do that.
hey, your boy's back out here, ready to be single and mingle, ready to thigh and bob.
Ready to get back in the streets so quickly?
Oh yeah, oh
You're
yeah.
about to go on a vacation with your ex-girlfriend, and you're already ready to.
I mean, I'm letting it lie right now. You know what I'm saying? Get through this little vacation part, and then yeah. By the time, because I'm gonna tell you what I think. I think the way this is gonna go is gonna go on this vacation. I don't think it's gonna be no blow ups, but we probably might, like, talk about the breakup one more time. But more or less we're gonna have a good time. It's gonna feel like going on vacation with, like, a friend. Like, maybe a little awkwardness in the beginning, but it's gonna pan out. But after we get back, it's gonna be like, all right, well, cool. Like, let's just be friends, but the kind of friends where, like, y'all don't ever talk again unless you see each other in the same space. That's
All right. Well,
what I think is gonna happen. And so here's what I'll leave y'all with. You don't have to wait for somebody else to make a decision in their life for you to make a decision in yours. And there's no such thing as a grace period after a breakup. I know a lot of women think there is. It's like, oh, if you really cared about me, you would spend X amount of time by yourself to get over me. Sometimes you've been in a relationship and you be over the person before y'all even break up. Not that that's what I'm going through, but hey, take your time. And if your time is 2 minutes, take it and be back out there. Do your thing. Don't wait. That's what I'm gonna leave
agree with that. But then again, I've never been in a relationship, so who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we'll be back next week to talk about. Oh, it's a Let's Talk episode. We did 10 episodes. Yay!
Hey, y'all. Another 10 in the bank. What number is this one?
Huh?
What number episode is this one gonna be?
If next is 10, what do you think this one is? No, I guess
I'm talking about overall, bro. Overall.
Overall, this is 40, 41 plus 9. So this is 50. Oh, this is episode 50. Oh my God. This is episode 50.
Nice.
And we just had the 20th anniversary.
We need 2 more for it to have, like, a full calendar year worth of episodes so that you can listen to BGE every week from start to finish, or from start to current. You can listen to an episode every week for a year. 2 more episodes. Count it down. We almost there.
Yeah, and we have to go. This is going on long enough. Bye, everybody.
BGE out. What's happening, my fellow geeks out there? It's a new year. Welcome to 2024. New me, or the same you. However you want to play it this year. I am here to tell y'all that I am in a much better space mentally, and a lot of that is due to getting, I'm not going to say the help I need, but having someone to talk to objectively, like that third party who's just there to give you advice and not really trying to put their own judgment on you, and also, like, kind of helping you, think through some of your thoughts. Maybe you're an external processor, maybe not. But you can do all of these things with BetterHelp.com. So you can be in the same place I am. You can be in a better place than I am. You
can improve the way you think and the way you approach situations just by having someone to talk to about it that you know is not there to judge you, that you know is available at the send of a text, that you know you can switch them out as if it's not working. If they're not giving you the advice you need, you can just say, hey, better help, give me someone else, and they'll find you someone else to partner with. Tell you it's an amazing service. And if you tell them we sent you, you're gonna get a discount. Because why would we tell you to go if we're not gonna hook you up? So go to betterhelp.com/BGEpod and tell them DeMarcus sent you.
As an aside, I wanted to ask you this during the cold open. Are you watching Love is Blind?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm out of the pods. I think I'm on episode 7 now. And like ain't nobody got married yet, but 2 folks done broke up.
Yeah.
Jimmy and no, they got back together. They got back together. What's the other? Because the man, the one white boy that went and cheated on his girl he went and cheated with Sarah Ann.
um
Because I was talking to my homegirl about it, and I was just like, "Yo," I was like, even if he didn't have sex with this woman when he was out till 5:30, he might as well have. Like, because now you're in the same kind of trouble. You're in the same amount of trouble that you would be in as if you had fucked it. So you might as well have got your dick wet.
um let me see, who are you talking about?
I don't know. I forget the dude. Johnny. The dude's name is Johnny. Johnny and Laura. I think that's who it is. Johnny and Laura.
Yeah. um did you I can't think of his name, but he made it out of the pods with that girl. They're very like Christian. He was a principal.
That's Kenneth and they broke up. Kenneth and
Okay.
Brittany. Kenneth and Brittany.
What do you think about their relationship?
I was rooting for him, man. I was rooting for him. But what fucked it up is when AD went over there and was like, "Yo, Kenneth, what this white woman gonna do with these black children y'all have?" And he's like, "Oh shit, you right." and after that, that man ain't had no peace. He couldn't think of nothing else. He was stuck in his head after that. Then say,
Yeah, I don't think that was what the deal was. I think that the real reason's gonna come out at the reunion.
nah, I think that's what it was. I think that was like a catalyst. And maybe they had a conversation after that that like shook up the relationship and they said some shit they shouldn't have said. But I think that's what like really, because like after that is when you saw his change, or at least that's the way they edited it.
I mean, so let me just tell you what happened on uh Facebook. His cousin actually made a post where or they found a post that his cousin wrote a long time ago where she was talking about how he's a part of the Liggy Tiggy Biggy community. So
The who? Oh, I always forget that you say it like that.
Because he let's go back because
I have thoughts. I just needed
Ken,
to.
Ken couldn't get off his phone when he got his phone back. That was
Who?
not
Clay?
Ken.
Oh yeah, Ken. Yeah, Ken. Ken was on the damn phone, boy. He was on the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Clay. Clay should have never been on his show. Clay was not trying to get married. Like Clay a fucking player. He a fuck boy. And it take a player to know a player, and that man looked real fucking familiar.
So you don't know what happened because you know that all the shows are off now, right?
Yeah. I ain't watched them all yet.
But
I
you
mean, I
don't.
do know what happened because I got Instagram and shit. So yeah, but I don't want to go into it because I haven't seen it yet. I want to be able to form my own opinions before I'm influenced by the opinions of others.
Okay, nice.